Okay everyone, welcome back. So we're losing light now. I've been out here for the past hour or so, just putting in some new benches into the garden and stuff. And so I'm just going to run you around and give you a quick little tour of how everything's going. Okay, so I'm out here in the garden with all my pre-bonsai and ornamental potted trees and stuff. These are just cuttings and various different seed grown and salvaged trees and shrubs and stuff that I've collected over the past few years or so. So I've been building some benches, just really rough and ready. These breeze blocks I already had, so they're a bit thin, but they seem quite stable. It's a really windy day today, and as you can see, even though the trees are going over there, we're quite well sheltered in here. Anyway, so I thought I'd just show you what I've been up to. I've got all sorts of trees here. That big one there is a Royal Empress tree. It's like Paulownia elongata or something. There may be a few different types, but it has really big leaves and flowers on it eventually, like big sort of lavender type flowers. It's not flowered yet. It seems to survive perfectly fine in a pot. It's been through about 7 or 8 winters now in the UK, down to minus 11 degrees Celsius last year. So all my trees are hardy pretty much. The only ones I've got in the greenhouse are my little seedling Japanese maples and the ones that I've done some work on recently. Like if I've disturbed roots and stuff, then I leave them in the greenhouse. So I've got quite a few which I've been working on. I've got that was a Sitka spruce. That was a big old tree to begin with, and I've chopped that down. I did wire the branches a little bit, and actually it's looking alright. Some of the other ones, I've got some birch and this Japanese maple there, Chinese juniper of some type. That's a hazelnut tree which I grew from a seed. I've did a video from the very beginning with these, and I have updated over the years, so I can't remember how old they are now, but we've been in this house 5 years, and I did it in my last house, so 6, it could be at least 6 years old, 7 years old from a seed, and it was a lot bigger. It was chopped there, and they grew, chopped it every year type thing, and that's all I've done. Haven't wired anything. A lot of my trees haven't got any wire on them. That was a little Christmas tree thing I picked up a couple of years ago. I've just been growing it in a pot. I did sort the roots out a little bit and took a few big branches off last year, I think. Haven't really done much this year other than I'm trying to keep the middle cleaned out, like the branches lower down the stems clear, so that it encourages more growth inside. And I've got another bench full over here. Again, various different trees. Little cherry trees. There's another little flowering cherry blossom tree. Can't remember the names. So yeah, I'm planning to put a few more rows of benches along here and get everything up. Hoping there's not too much wind noise in this video, guys. Just wanted to give you a little look at what I've been up to. So I've got loads of fruit trees and stuff as well, but this is just going to be a pre-bonsai tree little update. So I'll run you into the greenhouse real quick and just show you what I've actually got growing in there. Okay, so we're losing the light now, and I've put a wide angle lens on to try and get as much in as I can. Do apologise if the video is a bit grainy. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I've got all sorts of seedlings and cuttings that have been grown here. I've got 3 cuttings there from the Royal Empress tree, which I showed you a minute ago. So I have made successful cuttings with these before, but I left them outside and they died over the winter. So I've got some new cuttings took earlier on this year, and they were just branches. I've put some rooting hormone on and stuck them in the soil. They're about 6 inches deep in there, so they're well and truly rooted now. And this one actually had a little flower cluster, which is very unusual. I'm thinking that's probably because it's been in the greenhouse and it's more ideal setting for it. But I can't really bring the big one in there unless I cut it back. But I've got the collected birches, collected oaks here from one of my previous videos. We collected some oak saplings, seedlings, and I've got a little hazel. This is another seed grown hazel, and I decided to put this one in a bonsai pot so you can see the difference, how thin that one is still to the other one which I just let grow. And one of my oaks I've also put in a little bonsai pot. Last year I put that in there, did some wiring on it, and I took the wiring off and I put a little bit more wiring on it and pruned it a bit. And I've got a little cherry tree, Kojo something or other, little Japanese flowering cherry. I haven't done any pruning or anything on this. All I've done was stuck it in that pot. It's just little, it's a succulent pot. They're sold as succulent pots, so they're ideal little training pots. So I probably did a little bit to the roots when I put it in there. Other than that, I haven't touched it because it's actually growing quite nicely. So I might just up pot it next year and just leave it to grow a bit bigger, because it's got a really nice trunk, but I want it to thicken up. So if I cut all that off, I'm just going to set it back. But I've got other things which I've done experiments with. That's the black thorn there. Obviously everything's dormant, or all the deciduous ones are dormant at the moment, so I can't really show you too much. That's another one of them little Pisces Christmas trees. I'll give that a prune and it almost died off, so last year it regrew everything and it survived. So all I've done was cut off all the dead and put a little bit more wire on these branches. I did wire it once before, I think. That's doing alright. And I got a new one as well. I just went and bought one of them little Christmas trees. That's what that was to begin with. Maybe a slightly different variety or something, but yeah. So I've got the heater on in here at the moment, and we are sitting at 10 degrees Celsius, so that's fine. A couple of little cherry tree stumps. These were like the suckers that come off a really big, really nice flowering cherry tree. So they may just be from the rootstock or something, but we'll see. So they look like they've survived. They were cuttings, well, hardly cuttings, they were like chunks of rooted tree which are growing off the roots of another tree. So see how they go. That's my fig. I did chop this back the other day, mainly because it was too big to go where I wanted it. but it should be fine. There's the little 5 birch bonsai that I did in the video. Another birch bonsai which I haven't really showed you yet. And Japanese maple seedlings all over the place. Various other experiments and stuff which I will show you at some point. I'm losing the light, so I'm going to have to cut this video now. But there's just more seedlings and stuff which will be in next videos. Okay everyone, so it's just gone 4 PM and it's basically dark out there. This phone actually seems to do quite well in the dark, or darkish. So hopefully it turns out alright. It might be a bit grainy, but thanks for watching anyway. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Any pointers or advice, leave me a comment. Any questions, put a comment down below. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, and please subscribe if you want to. See you next time.